Hello, everyone. Welcome to season 3 of
Hi.
This Isn't Normal. Beth, loved the adventure that you were doing. Thank you for understanding that we had to cut it short by a few weeks. I'm sure it
Yeah.
was gonna be fantastic, and we didn't have the time for it.
Yeah.
It got cut with the great budget cut of 2023.
We looked in
I
the
didn't-
budget
I-
and we said we gotta cut this.
2.5 isn't in the budget anymore.
We can't sustain the show if we keep doing this.
I only spent like 6 or 7 months writing it, and then another month generating the images, and then naming things and cons. All that lore I wrote. I mean, I don't think any of it even matters anyway. No one even listened to 2.5, so we're fine.
Yeah, I actually wasn't even there at all the whole time.
No, we CGI'd marked in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
never
really,
posted.
that's where all the budget went.
Yeah,
that's
Mark
where all
was
the budget
actually,
went.
Mark
That's
CGI.
that's why we had to cut it. Mark was completely CGI, and we actually used AI deepfake for the audio. So
It's true,
It
that's-
was incredible.
It was killer. But I'm back, guys. It was a really crazy time.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
the divorce,
Well, actually what happened was I don't know if you guys know this, but like the whole like Super Bowl thing, Rihanna, I was on tour like with them.
you were one of the dancers.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the lobster.
yeah. You could say I was a dancer, yeah.
That's
But I'm back.
it's amazing to have you back. So I don't want to spend too much time. We got a lot of stuff that we got to cover today, but of course we do need to talk about your season 3 characters. I've been so excited to have you guys talk a little bit about them. So whoever wants to go first, please just a quick who you are, what you are, what you're doing.
I like the term "what you are" because it really does bring in what we're about to bring in.
It's
It-
important. It's
broadens
very
the
important.
It's an important distinction.
Yeah, please don't all jump at once. I'm begging you.
I'm trying to find the name.
You don't know your character's name.
I sent it in the group recently, and then I didn't write it down for my personal information.
All right. Well, Mark, I didn't necessarily want to start with you for reasons that I think will become crystal clear, but I know for a fact that you know your character's name because I just heard it for the first time today.
Well,
Oh, I haven't
I'm
even read
gonna-
it yet. It's gonna be good.
so I think this is a good idea because I'm gonna set the standards like really high for the characters, and it can only go up
Yeah.
from here. So,
Say your name too. Say who you are.
like my name or
Yeah, say your name. This is the start of season 3. We gotta be professional here.
hey, thanks for having me on season 3. It's me, Mark. For those of you who don't know, and I'm gonna be playing my best thing, guy.
What's his name?
Sonic Double Bacon Cheeseburger. He is. This seems to be a going trend with my characters of being a hybrid food human. He's a blueberry cobbler human fusion, like hybrid. He's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's a businessman. If you can't tell,
What kind of business does he do?
Max, what the fuck do you think he does? He's a
The
giant
man
blueberry
business.
cobbler.
That's I'm,
He works with other blueberry cobbler men to I don't think I should say it. See
What?
No,
to
it's
take
not.
over the blueberry cobbler empire.
No. This is much worse actually.
The blueberry cobbler patriarchy? He only works with blueberry cobbler men?
So like blueberry cobblers are very similar in how
Just cut it. No sexist blueberry cobblers, please. It's only been like 5 minutes.
It's not, no. I was just gonna say that they lay eggs and sometimes they're still because it's like a little blueberry cobbler.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Oh no! We can't have that in.
I'm sweating.
No, we gotta gotta
sweating everywhere.
We gotta cut. I'm just gonna
we
have
gotta
to
start
censor.
over.
I'm gonna have to censor that whole thing. We can't air that.
It's just one long
Soy.
beep the whole time.
Ooh, it got hot in here.
So your character, I'm gonna make an executive decision. He's in business. For legal reasons, he can't discuss what his business is. It's very controversial.
Yes,
It's an NDA type of disagreement.
It's like an A/B kind of job, so we just need to see ourselves out. Well, wow, that was intense. Beth, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character and also introduce yourself as Beth, please?
Hey there, guys. I'm Beth. Nice to see you again, or meet you for the first time. How's it going? Today I'll be playing Lotta Candi. Also goes by Lottie, Lotta, Lotta Candi. She's the only daughter of the Candington Candy Empire, for Spun Sugar something or other. I don't know. So her father runs that company, and she's like supposed to take it over, but she's not really good at that. Like any of what goes into business. Like, you know what she is really good at? Tourist destinations. This girl travels everywhere because when she's not accidentally tanking the Q4 sales, whenever she tries to do business, she's traveling the world. And in the process of that, she did get cursed at some point, and now she has cotton candy hands. And she was just like, "Oh, that's actually really cool. It's on brand." They're like real cotton candy. So she like stuck her finger in some water and it melted off and it didn't come back.
So no water. No water
So,
for
yeah.
Carlotta Candy.
No, so that's all she is. She just travels a lot. She's not good at anything. And she likes spending money.
Yeah. Well, I think she's going to be a valuable member of this team.
Valuable wallet.
A valuable wallet. And Will, why don't you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your character?
So I'm Will. And I'm actually just going to be playing this piece of hard candy that I have right here with me.
Oh, like one of those like little strawberry grandma
It's like one of those little strawberry grandma candies.
Yeah.
Except personified as a grandma. Her name is Aubergine Fragaria. You can call her Granny Frag. She's your local neighborhood grandma. You'll catch her doing grandma activities outside, like putting pies on windowsills. Not necessarily her own windowsill.
That has such a much darker context considering what we just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, like she makes them herself. She doesn't buy blueberry cobblers from shady businessmen.
Nobody buys blueberry cobblers.
She grows her own strawberries in her own garden. Don't pay any mind to how she might look a little bit like a strawberry or a piece of candy. It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
People call her Granny Frag sometimes. It definitely has nothing to do with the grenades that she keeps in her pockets. Promise. I swear.
No,
it's totally normal. It's completely unrelated. Why don't you have a grenade in your pocket? Do not do that. Do not do that.
She's the local grandma, pie granny window person, and weapons dealer.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I love that. This is directed to both the cast and to our dear sweet listeners. If you are not familiar, since we started 2.5 and continuing into this, our first episode of Season 3, our content is actually... Hello?
Hello?
Can you please not... Can you please... Sorry. I couldn't stick to it. I couldn't stick to being mean there. Our content is available on YouTube now, along with some really handy visuals. And actually, right now, if you guys aren't looking at the screen that I'm sharing within Discord, if you could pull that up as we're about to begin.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. I've been looking at this wood wall and floor for like minutes.
That's excellent. Yeah, so we're going to get to the wood wall in just a quick second because a little backstory. Now, obviously, we have some very dessert-themed people, and that's because Season 3 takes place in a land that I couldn't think of a name of that is dessert-themed, and I'm open to suggestions.
Scrandyland.
Scrandyland! Scrandyland is so good!
It takes place in Scrandyland, a land in which you can experience both normal people, dessert people, blueberry cobbler people, people with cotton candy for hands. It's a whole thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Water.
Now, you three accepted an odd job out of the Scrandyland Scregs list listings that was requesting anonymity, skill, and a desire to make the world a better place. Upon applying for this job and you were all accepted, you traveled down to a sketchy warehouse where you were, I don't want to say kidnapped, but you were sort of forced to accept a temporary vacation where you had a bag put over your head, you were put into a van, you were driven a few hours out. It was kind of a bumpy ride, not very pleasant, not a lot of words were exchanged, but finally you were placed down in chairs. The bags are removed from your head. My dog is starting to whine, and I hope she's going to settle back down. She has settled back down, and you are all staring at this wooden wall. And from your left, you hear a familiar voice say, "Ah, well, I'm terribly sorry for the unpleasantries." As you all look at Peppermint Carl. He's this candy person. He has a bright blue head with some red gumdrop ears and hair, licorice mouth and nose. He's carrying this large, like, peppermint lollipop that you are sure could do some serious damage. And he says, "I hope none of you found the ride to be unpleasant."
I did, actually. Do you have a website I can rate?
Yeah, if you pull up your phone, it's www.peppermintcarlforhire.gov. You can actually fill out a complaint right through there. It goes to my manager. You know, we're always trying to improve the experience, so I'm terribly sorry about that. Anyone else have any comments about the ride?
Yeah, no, I thought it was delightful, dear. I mean, the bag over the head is a little bit excessive, I think, but it was pleasant otherwise.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that voice.
It's grandma time.
It's grandma
time.
And as you're all kind of like venting your complaints and your comments about the whole forced vacation sort of ordeal, another voice chimes in from your right. And you look and you see a human man, and you actually recognize this man. He was all over the news like 2 years ago. This guy, Richard Lorenzo.
Oh my god.
He was a big private prison magnate who actually sold his entire empire because he said he had to go find something in the desert. And so for the last 2 years, this guy's just been completely AWOL. But he stands before you now with his bright blue eyes and his kind of wild salt and pepper hair and beard. And he says, "You three, you look like you could be the ones to see this through."
What gave you that impression, by chance?
Peppermint Carl says, well, you were the only three who applied.
I don't remember applying, actually.
Oh.
I thought I was applying for a credit card.
This is not a credit card. No, this is a high stakes operation that, if you don't know, this is Richard Lorenzo, the former famous prison magnate.
No.
Okay.
I don't recognize him. I've never seen him before.
Well, he was...
It looks gross.
Richard says, "Hey, that's not very nice."
Oh, sorry.
I think he looks dreamy.
Thank you, Grandma. Appreciate you. And Peppermint Carl says, "All right. Well, now, since we all have you here, I suppose this would be as good a time as any to tell you about the mission." And he walks over to the back corner of the room, and you see him turn on a projector. And you all stare as the projector comes to life, and there is a what appears to be a piece of cheesecake wearing a top hat with a bow tie. And Peppermint Carl says, "This is Mr. Richards, the local orphan magnate."
Ew.
I elbow
What?
Granny Frag, and I'm like, "Oh, that looks like my ex-boyfriend."
I'm sorry for your loss. Or happy that happened.
No, it's a loss. He was was
It's
really
understandable.
rich.
That's a
He
very
was
tasty
really
looking
rich.
slice.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Mr.
Oh, his
Richards,
house!
and as the slide turns, Peppermint Carl continues. He says, Mr. Richards is famous for buying up local orphanages, setting them on fire, adopting all of the candy orphans, and then putting them to work in his cheesecake mines.
Dear.
Now, that's not the problem, necessarily, and hang on, I forgot what the next slide was. And
Just had to look ahead for the cliff notes real quick.
I had to look ahead real quick. And Richard Lorenzo says, now, here's where you all come in. A few months ago, Mr. Richards was spotted at the Scrandyland Met Gala event with his longtime girlfriend, Tanya Pose. And with them was a box.
Not T-pose.
And no, her name is Tanya Posing.
Oh, my bad.
And you all see Mr. Richards with a woman who does indeed appear to be T-posing, attending a red carpet event. But next to Mr. Richards is a box. It's a very simple looking box with this kind of prominent red button on it. And Richard Lorenzo says, every night for the last 3 years in my dreams, I've seen that box. I don't know. Excuse me, Kaya, I am in the middle of a very important rant. Do you need to go? Is this... Hold on a minute. I'm gonna let...
Sonic Double Cheeseburger steps up and he's like, "This man cannot handle this presentation."
they let the dog out. Richard says, every night for the last 3 years, I have seen that in my dreams. I don't know what it does. I don't know where it came from. But when I saw Mr. Richards has obtained it, I need it.
So you want us to seduce the cake for that box?
Peppermint Carl says, frankly, it doesn't matter how you get the box, but you're to travel to his candy mansion. He should be in the kitchen with Tanya posing. You must get the box from him no matter what. We'll meet you underneath the house. In the Cheesecake mines, we'll be waiting with a boat to escape.
What happens if I press the button?
Richard says, frankly, I have no idea what's going to happen. Please don't press the button until you get it to me. This is very, very important.
Weren't you a movie star?
I don't think so.
You look so familiar.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Weren't you a redhead at one point?
I don't think so.
Do you wanna do business with me?
What kind of business?
I don't know. I'm a businessman. Look at my blueberry.
Oh.
He says, and he gestures to his head.
Oh, are you in the blueberry farming business?
That's
been retracted.
Oh no.
redacted conversation.
just bleep the whole thing. Richard Lorenzo says, wow, there's me, Richard Lorenzo, and also Mr. Richards. I didn't think about that until just now, and I've been planning this for like 9 months.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, do you think the three of you can handle this?
I mean, yes, obviously, we're all very incredibly talented here. My question for you is, what do we get for bringing you the button?
$10 million each.
Okay, I'm in.
I would also like a new briefcase.
Do you he like turns to Peppermint Carl, and Peppermint Carl like kind of shrugs. And,
Can you give me the money in a briefcase?
Yeah, we can like wrap up. We can like band it up and.
You can always rent one from Rent-A-Case.
Yeah.
No, if you want the case, we'll just give you the case with the money in it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I want it. Like, that's just good business.
I don't like the way you said business. He like pulls out like a pen and paper. He's like, "Do you have a specific briefcase brand that you want?"
Belief Clace.
Oh, Bleep Place is top tier.
They got that fine faux leather, no animals harmed. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I heard they harvest real blueberries for
They
that.
harvest real
You like what? Sonic
What do you
Double
mean,
Cheeseburger
no?
like
They
goes
grow on
pale.
bushes.
Lana's just like looking at her weird hand. She's like, "Yeah, no, I heard like some insider secret that it's like all faux leather is actually just blueberry leather. But I don't know if that's like sanctioned by the government or not. So like, don't tell anyone."
He takes out a note. He like takes out a notepad and he's like, blueberry leather babies.
And I think we're still gonna have that first part just like censored, so the audience is just gonna have like the worst possible context for these conversations, and it's not good. It's very not good.
Listen, the real mystery of this episode is going to be if they can figure it out by the end.
Hope they don't. I wish I forgot. I wish I could forget.
I wish I could forget too.
I turn to Peppermint Larry and I say, so if I do this job with my fellow compatriots here, Grandma and that guy, are you single?
Why, yes. He brushes his non-existent hair, and Peppermint Larry says, "Why, yes, I am single. Yes, thank you for asking."
Are my hands tied?
No, they're not tied.
I like rip some paper out of like my sleeve pocket and I just give it to him and it's my number.
He eats it and he says, "I'll call you later."
She winks and stands up like, "All right, I don't need any further information. Do either of you?"
No, I think I'm good.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So where's our flying car?
Oh, it's it's right outside.
Oh, thank you. Lotta struts as she walks away.
Great. You all exit the shitty. It's like you quickly realize that this wooden wall was actually like not attached to a house. It's like just the floor and the wall, and like you're just in like a forest clearing. And the only other thing in here is a flying car.
It says
This
Richard
wall
Lorenzo
and the
on
floor
it.
we were there sitting on, and then we turn around and it's the woods with a levitating car. And we get in it, and then they're stuck there until we come back.
It's got blueberry leather seats.
Lotta sits down in the back seat.
Mhm.
Lotta doesn't drive.
Who's
and
driving?
It's like, ooh, that's real leather.
Sonic Double Cheeseburger is a businessman. He always has a chauffeur, so he doesn't drive.
We
He
also
doesn't
get
want to
Granny
drive.
Frag.
Granny Frag puts the car in autopilot and sits in the front passenger seat.
You put the car in autopilot.
She
and it-
punches the address into the GPS and everything because she's tech savvy, but you know, she doesn't do much more than that.
Oh, what's
Lotta and Sonic are in the back seat, like looking at each other like they're trying to share a cab and they're grossed out by it.
what's the address?
It's we're going to his house.
Yeah, you're going to.
67.
It's-
Cool, easy, breezy CoverGirl Street.
It's actually 69. Super definitely not a cheesecake mine under the street.
Just have a This Isn't Bagels callback 69 Cool Street.
This isn't Bagels Part 2, the squeak wall. No.
Oh
This,
no!
this is obviously this isn't Cheesecake. I know that you guys didn't know it up until now, but obviously our dear sweet listeners and dear sweet viewers were able to see that. So I figured I'd share it with you now.
Spoilers.
Yo, this isn't season 3?
This episode
is season
one of
three.
This isn't season 3.
This isn't season 3.
No, this is season 3. It is season 3, episode 1. This isn't Cheesecake. It's very simple.
Did we change the name of the podcast?
Yeah, I had to go jump through so many hoops to like
Okay,
make all those
yeah.
changes. I had to look.
I think it-
contact.
Yeah, I think it was about time.
It was about time. I had to contact each podcast app individually to make sure that the name change went through in time for it. So anyway, can you roll Flying Car Autopilot for me, Granny Frag?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're playing Call of Cthulhu, by the way. I realize it's been about a half hour and we haven't addressed that.
Good ASMR.
Thanks.
That was
I
really
was
nice,
rolling
yeah.
every dice I had.
What'd you get?
I can't find the other 10. Oh, there it is. I rolled a 4.
Oh, that's fantastic. Your autopilot is easy breezy cool street. Beautiful cover squirrel. But
Not cover squirrel.
because Granny Frag is driving, even though it's in autopilot mode, like the car is like kind of puttering along, like it does frequent stops, you know, and like full stops at like the sky red lights.
She's an unhinged driver. There would be no stopping or sputtering.
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
Pedal to
I forgot
the metal.
that Granny Frag is an unhinged driver.
Granny Frag is actually a lead foot kind of insane person who shouldn't have a license anymore.
Her foot like extends from the passenger seat to hit the driver's pedal and just like on the floor the whole time.
She's like, this car isn't going fast enough. There's no air traffic.
I'm resting my bunions on the gas pedal.
The tires screech on air.
I like the idea that she stops at the only thing she'll stop at are like railroad crossings, but the ones that are on the ground. So she'll just stop in midair and we'll like look both ways and then she'll just keep going.
Okay, looks safe.
Oh my god.
She's actually memorized them all, so she doesn't even really need to like keep an eye on the road when she's actually driving. So
Just
you know,
picks her big old bunion foot up off of the gas to stop.
Bad news bears, everyone. My app crashed.
Oh, bad news bears.
I don't even know how that happened. Give me a second. Anyway, it was my keyboard. My keyboard died. I didn't actually make a broken application yet.
Wants to push that kid into the fountain.
Well, hang on a second. All right, hang on a second.
Push.
No, hold on. Just cool your roll for a second
One
here.
to push.
No, don't push. Hang on. First, you gotta park the flying car in Mr. Richards' decorative driveway, I suppose.
I say we park it on the actual like hedges.
You want to park it on the hedges?
Park on top of that
mean,
round. There's literally a rounded tree, like a gumdrop. Park on the first one that's off to the right.
Yeah, there are some gumdrop trees.
Car on top of it.
well, while I think that would be quite fun and silly, I think maybe the hedge would be a better idea because that's easier to get out of the car onto the ground from. So I'll do that.
All right, so you park the car, and I was gonna have you guys roll stealth if you wanted to be sneaky, but apparently you're just parking straight in the garden. So Mr. Richards has a very nice area outdoors with a little fountain, some gumdrop trees. You know, it's very nice, and the flying car parks itself on the right side of the garden. Now there is a small British-looking. Sorry,
British
he's
looking.
He's like an 1800s British looking orphan, and he watches you put the car down, put it in park, and he says, "Hello there."
Hello there.
Well, what are you doing in Mr. Rich's garden?
We're here to ask your daddy out. Where is he?
My dad's dead.
You know, the new one.
Oh, Mr. Richards, yeah. He's inside. He's past the Cape Batter Bulldogs. He's inside the house.
Like what? Wait, what? Cake batter? What?
The Cape Batter Bulldogs. He's past the cake. He's right.
You're making that up, right? Like it's not. I know, like I'm like a big old blueberry cobbler, but like, there's no way there's like cake mixed bulldogs.
No, yeah, there's cake mix bulldogs right on the inside of the house.
What kind of cake mix are they? Like, is it a Schmetty Bacher or is it like Snines?
It's
Blinds?
It's Snines. It's like the candy. It's like the cake. It's like the cake batter cake mix.
I turned to Sonic and I'm like, that's the off-brand. We're fine.
I know that. No, we're not. Cause like that's hey, do you like? Are you the valet?
No, I'm the gardener.
Can you like just? He like takes the keys from Grandma. He's like, "Can I have these?"
Of course you can.
And she like gives the kid the keys, and he's like, "Yeah, keep an eye on her."
I don't know how to drive.
No, don't fucking touch the car. Just like keep an eye on it.
I'm an 1800s British wolf, and we didn't have cars.
All right. He like pushes past the kid. I got a business.
As we leave, I'm taking a whole pie out of my pocket, fresh baked. It's still warm. It's given to him. I leave.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, thank you, Grandma Frag. I love you.
Stay.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right, you all enter the house, and as you enter Mr. Richard's luxurious mansion, you do indeed see two cake batter bulldogs bouncing up and down. One is on the stairs, past which you can see a door that you know intuitively, and not just because we're on a tight timeline today. You know intuitively that door leads to the kitchen. So there's one directly blocking your path, and there's a second one that's also bouncing on the landing where you are all.
Lotta like gets down on her knees and she goes, "Puppies, come here!"
Oh, that's great. All right, so it's gonna try and attack you.
Dog's getting
Puppies!
pied. That dog is getting pied.
Don't pie that dog.
Just punches the dog and then kisses it all better.
All right, what would you like to do to react to this cake batter bulldog coming at you?
Is it coming at me in a nice way or a mean way?
No, it's gonna try and bite your cotton candy hands.
Oh, my cotton candy hands! If once it goes for my beautiful, perfect -1 pinky hand, she's like, "Oh, that's my marriage hand," and she just like forms a fist and goes to punch it.
Okay, can you please roll to punch this dog?
Yes.
Not my marriage hand.
Not the marriage hand.
I already lost one finger. I can't lose anymore.
The next one in line is the marriage finger on the marriage hand.
Yeah.
Oh, my finger! I rolled a... Well, I don't... Success?
Great. I got a success too, so I'm gonna try and bite your hand. For... Oh my god, 6 points of damage. Lotta is down a hand.
Oh my gosh,
Lotta's
a whole
marriage
hand.
has been bitten off by the
A
cotton
whole marriage
candy
hand.
bulldogs.
Lotta holds up her,
Wait, they're not cotton
Stumpy?
candy bulldogs. They're cake batter bulldogs.
she looks at her arm stump and she goes, "That doesn't grow back!"
I think it's time for some combat. That's right. This April Fool's episode has combat. Although it's April Fool's, so I'm... Lord knows what the fuck
This
you're
is
gonna
season
do.
3.
I'm sorry, this is season 3. Okay.
It's
the
only April
Bulldogs-
Fool's in regards to my fucking scone.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are gonna... They got an extreme success. Did anyone else get an extreme success?
No.
No, I probably got a failure, all things considered.
I got a hard success,
I got a
probably.
failure.
That's awesome. Okay, so Cake Batter Bulldog 1 is gonna try and bite Lottie's other hand off. Lottie, how would you like to respond?
I want to kick it in the fucking face.
Okay, yeah, you can roll to kick it in the face. I thought someone was gonna eat one, to be honest with you. I'm kind of glad.
I got a success.
Great, it failed. Can you please kick this? Can you please kick this Cake Batter Bulldog in the face?
I'm gonna roll. My shoes and feet are made out of rock, so I'm gonna roll 2d6.
Yeah, we did discuss your rock shoes. So go ahead and roll those 2d6 for damage.
All right, I got a 4 and then a 3, so that's 7.
All right, so you rock kick the shit out of this Cake Batter Bulldog, and because it is made out of cake batter, you just eviscerate Cake Batter Bulldog number 1's head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is that the one that ate my fucking hand?
It is, yeah.
Do I see my hand?
You see your hand.
I'll wait till it's my turn to get that back.
Great. Next in the order is Sonic the Double Mistake.
That's what his mom called him too.
What would you like to do to the remaining Cake Batter Bulldog?
He'd like to walk up to the other bulldog and like put out his hand to like for a handshake, and he's like, "Hello, business meeting."
The dog says, "Hello. What sort of business do you have to offer?"
Would you like to sell me your cake recipe? Your She punches the dog.
Okay, please roll to punch the dog. Can you add your business bonus to that as well?
Oh my, yeah, he does get a business bonus. We forgot to mention that.
Can you please add your better business bonus?
Better business bonus that you acquired when you consulted the Better Business batter.
Yeah, the better business.
Better business batter.
The better batter business.
Better batter business. Please
Right, so
rate
your
us
better
on
business bonus?
bbb.com.
Now, if I remember correctly, the BBB does give you a 99% chance to critical success.
Oh yeah, so it is true because I did get a critical success.
All right. So not only do you punch Cake Batter Bulldog number 2 to death, you instantly acquire its entire business and holdings.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually like my power.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't talk about that either, but
I know, we
yeah.
should have mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
So anyway, both fly off screen.
Wait. Before Cake Batter Dog number 1 flies off screen, I would like to get my hand back and then put it back on my arm.
Yeah, you get your hand back and you put it on your arm. Congratulations, you're whole again.
I go, it doesn't work right.
Yeah, it's gonna. You're probably gonna want to see a doctor. Anyway, the path to the kitchen is now clear.
I turn to the other two as we're walking towards the kitchen and I say, okay, I have a plan. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to seduce Mr. Cake, whatever his name was. I'm gonna seduce him while you guys murder his girlfriend, Tanya T-Pose, or whatever her name is. Just get her out of the picture. I'm going to make this Cake fall in love with me so hard, he's going to instantaneously change his will and leave me everything, including that button. Then we kill him, and then we're all done.
Listen, I do business. You have to like officiate a will. It takes time. I think we should just like.
No. When you have enough.
Listen to my elderly advice. What if
All
we
right.
kill them both and then forge a new will?
Why don't we just kill them and take the button?
No, we have to do the will situation, or all these orphans are gonna get the button. It'll like
Oh
auto
yeah, I forgot about the orphans. Oh,
and
fuck.
the auto transfer. So no, it's fine. My daddy's like was a lawyer for like 5 minutes. And he definitely passed all that like skill on to me. That's like how that works, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Yes.
I'm like almost a judge actually. So.
You're like a lawyer by osmosis.
Exactly. I'm
Runs in the
osmosis
family.
lawyer. Osmosis Larry. So anyway, after I'm done seducing the absolute shit out of this cake man, while he's changing his will, you guys rob him, and then we don't have to worry about the orphans robbing us, because you know how these orphans be with their literal actual sticky fingers.
They do have nasty, like sticky booger fingers.
They're just
They're
nasty.
also made of candy.
Exactly. If one even like drools on itself, it's over. Everything's sticking to it. There's no getting off of that orphan.
One of you
Ew.
carry me up these stairs. My knees are bad.
I pick you up with my beautiful, beautiful hands, and I strengthen my power stance with my rock feet.
Okay, yeah, you strengthen your power stance, and you carry you, Larry the lawyer, Granny Frag, and Blueberry Cobbler, Sonic Double Cheeseburger, all march into the kitchen. Next slide. And within the kitchen,
She's huge. She's beautiful.
You see Mr. Richards, the sentient cheesecake orphan magnate, Tanya posing, who is absolutely just a real unit. Low poly 3D aesthetic, just an absolute unit. And next to Mr. Richards, the box. And Mr. Richards says, well now, what on earth is going on here?
I came to visit my ex-wife.
I put Granny Frag down, and I strike a pose, and I'm like, Mr. Richards, we have unfinished business to attend.
Tanya posing says, Granny Frag, why, I never thought I'd see you again.
I was just in the neighborhood, dear, and I thought that it might be a good idea to stop by and see how you're doing, but I see her with a cheesecake instead of a strawberry rhubarb pie now.
I've moved on to bigger and better desserts. Granny Frag, it's
Ooh.
nothing personal.
Oh, I bet it isn't. I take out a grenade.
Okay, you take out a grenade. The situation escalates instantly. Mr. Richards drops his accent and he says, whoa, hey there, what is going on?
Mr. Richards, you can have a nice day outside this kitchen with your new girlfriend if you like. But I've
wiggle
got
my
business
fingers
to
at him.
attend to.
What business?
Oh,
Put
man.
that thing down.
Can I walk over and pick up Mr. Richards, the cheesecake?
Can I walk over and pick up the button?
Okay, so you walk over, Blueberry, and you pick up the button, and Lottie, you pull up. You just pick up Mr. Richards. He can't move. He's just a cheesecake with a top hat on a plate.
I pick him up, and I'm just like, wow, your hat is really cute.
What are you doing right now? Please tell your friend to put down the grenade.
I give him a little kissy.
Oh, yeah, you like some of his cheesecake comes off in your mouth.
Ugh.
I go, ew. Anyway,
That was
do you
my
wanna be
spleen.
Do you want to be my boyfriend?
Can you roll charm and take 18 bonus dice as Tanya Posing says, well, wait a second, you can't just walk in here and take my man.
Yes,
hold on,
we
I'm
can.
rolling until I get a 3.
Blueberry is walking out of the kitchen.
There we go. Got a 3. I get a 3.
The button.
There you walk out of the kitchen with the button.
I follow him with my new boyfriend because I got a 3.
All right, so now it's just Granny Frag and Tanya Posing in the kitchen.
This isn't even real.
It's just a little decorative. It's a pie. Try it.
I gently toss it to her.
I thought Granny meant
Does it
reality
explode?
wasn't real.
Does it explode? Did you lie to her?
No, it's actually a little pastry. It's a little cake. It's one of those hyper. You ever see those people on
Yeah,
YouTube?
no, I
They
know
do
what
the
you're talking
hyper
about.
realistic cakes and stuff. It's one of those.
Can you roll luck for me?
Yeah, of course I can.
Does it?
It was baked
And
in a bomb
intelligence.
factory.
Roll
It was
luck. Roll luck and intelligence, please.
Well, I didn't make a character sheet for Granny Frag, but we'll just say that they were both very good rolls.
That's great. Well, with your luck and your intelligence, Tanya Posing explodes.
Oh my god.
It
was a real cake.
Not from. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It was a real cake. You have no idea why or
Absolutely
how
mind.
this woman exploded.
Well, obviously Tanya's just allergic to cake. Like, she's not allergic to cheesecake, but she's allergic to cake. You just
She's not
fucking
allergic to
killed her.
dairy, but she is allergic to fruit.
Pastry.
All right. So Mr. Richards, Lottie, and Sonic Double Cheeseburger are outside in the hallway, but Granny Frag, you hear something at the window.
Hello.
As
I take a pie out of my pocket to go put on the windowsill as I open it.
All right, so you put a pie on the windowsill, and as you do, you see there are 4 men in hazmat suits now outside of Mr. Richards' manor, and they say one of them calls, Mr. Richards, this is fuck. I don't know. We don't have any jersey. We need the button. Give us the button.
It's me, Terrence.
All right, so actually, it's funny that you say that, because back in the hallway, you two see 3 more of these hazmat men. One of which appears to be of a higher rank. He's wearing a blue hazmat suit instead of the yellow, and he sees you two and Mr. Richards, and he says, "Oh my God, those freaks got the button."
Can I roll to eat the button?
I don't need to roll to do this, but I see blue hazmat guy and the rest of the hazmat guys, and Lottie has like a war flashback. She goes, "I'm not going back to prison," and she smooshes Mr. Rogers back like into a wall, and she'd like to start running.
I'm not
Did you
going back
just
to
murder
prison.
this
Kills a man.
All right, well, because he's just a cheesecake, you instantly smush Mr. Richards against the wall as you start taking off. And Blueberry, you're gonna eat the button?
Yeah, and I did roll a 15 to eat the button.
You eat the button. You eat the button. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go back. I have back controls here. I forgot to do this. Da 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 da. You got the button.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Oh, that would be a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, no.
It's a bit tubular.
Good thing you're like massive, and we established that.
Yeah, good thing I'm like 20 feet tall.
Anyway,
It's also a good thing that you're made out of blueberry cobbler.
Yes.
All of those things are good. Anyway, Lottie, do you start breaking off for the cheesecake mines?
Yeah, I start going for my real boyfriend, Candy Cane Gerald or something.
Close
That's my
enough.
true boyfriend.
Yeah. Blueberry, what do you want to do?
He's just gonna stand there.
Okay.
It's just like, I'm full of button right now. You can't talk to me.
If you punch me, you're gonna push the button. You can't really do anything.
Granny Frag, are you coming out to join Blueberry?
Yes, of course I am.
All right, so you come out and you see more hazmat guys, and the blue one is like, his like hands are up and he's walking very slowly towards you, Blueberry, and he says, "My name is John Hazmat. I'm just trying to get back home. I need that button."
Why do you
Excuse
need the
me, sir,
button?
could you bring me down the stairs?
Oh yeah, of course. And he picks you up and he carries you back down the stairs.
Oh, thank you. You're so
over-
sweet. I have bad knees. Can you take me to the Cheesecake Mines?
No, I need.
No, please.
ma'am?
Oh, my knees are so bad today.
Let's all go to the Cheesecake Mines.
No, I
Oh,
need.
you're all so sweet.
We're going. Scene transition.
You wouldn't hurt an old lady's feelings by not helping her to the Cheesecake Mines, would you?
Right. So John Hazmat and like a half dozen other of these hazmat guys are carrying Granny Frag with Blueberry, traveling down through the Cheesecake Mines like hordes of orphans. You're all passing as you travel down into the lowest recesses, where there is, as promised, a river leading to the outside world. And so there's Richard, Lorenzo, Peppermint, Carl. Lottie, you get down there first, and Richard says, "Where's the button?"
She goes, "I am not going back to prison," and sits in the boat and holds Peppermint Larry's hand.
What the hell? Where? Richard is like looking at you. He's shocked.
Listen, I killed Richard. He died. So the button, Blueberry thing guy, he had that.
Where's Blueberry?
I'm not going back to prison.
So the hazmat guys carrying Granny Frag and Blueberry all descend down, and Richard Lorenzo looks and he says, "Oh no.
Yeah, listen, guys, can you just like put her down in the boat right over there?
Oh, you're all so sweet.
I'm handing pies out to people as they start to disperse because I don't actually need 20 people carrying me.
Yeah, the
He's like, yeah, this is our getaway boat. Can you just like, we're trying to steal the button and get away. You just want to put her down."
he puts Granny Frag down and he looks and he says, "Richard Lorenzo?"
No, that's not Richard Lorenzo. That's such a complicated name. Here, have a pie. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Yeah. Can you roll fast talk?
Of course.
Richard Lorenzo used to be in charge of the.
I rolled a
jail.
critical success, so.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, the hazmat guy is like, "Oh yeah, okay," and Richard Lorenzo says, "Where, Blueberry guy? Do you have the button?"
He like pats his stomach. He's like, yep.
You ate the button.
Do you press the button doing that?
Probably.
Yep. Boink. Uh-oh.
Sonic the Double Cheeseburger. You press the button. All of your worlds go black.
My boyfriend.
Oh my Blueberry.
I was gonna get married. I even got my marriage handbag for this.
For an instant, you are all in a black void. Peppermint Carl dissolves Thanos style around you. And you all know deep in your hearts that right now, for this brief moment, you are in the presence of the closest thing you could ever have to a deity. Some omnipotent power stands before you, invisible, and it says,
Jesus.
It says,
Jesus.
No, it says,
Jesus Christ, what are you doing here?
Who the fuck are you people?
it says, "Oops." And the next thing you know, you are surrounded by a bright white light. As your vision readjusts, you see you are in a cold metallic room. All of the hazmat guys are like there. They are shocked to see your party. And there's also a oh sorry, Richard survived, so I can spawn him in.
Why is really Thinfoot My Hero Academia here?
That's a great question. Yeah, so there's this really gaunt, looking man with like this wiry blonde hair dressed in a thick black suit. He does look a little My Hero Academia. I'm not going to lie looking at him now.
I was going to say top-down Don't Starve character.
He also
Like-
does
Oh,
look
yeah.
like, he looks like a Don't
You're
Starve
absolutely
character,
right.
yeah.
It's All Might goes into Don't Starve, but he starves a little bit.
And so he starves just a little bit. So the three of you, Richard, Lorenzo, all of the hazmat guys are like on the floor, and this man, this gaunt man says, "No one's ever made it out of there before. Who are you? How did you get out?"
Would you like a pie?
My blue friend over here ate a button.
Yeah, business. Fucking my head. He's like the blueberry on his head is like dented in.
Richard Lorenzo is also grabbing his head, and he says, "No. Hey, no. What year is it?" And the gaunt man says, "Well, this is 2032. And you're Richard Lorenzo, the actor who disappeared. This is where you were all this time."
No, he was in charge of jail.
Wait, you were in charge of? Sure, yeah, no worries. Who are you guys exactly? Where did you come from?
Oh, I hail from New Candington. She gives a little wave. She's like, "I'm Lotta Candi, if you don't know the name of the Spun Sugar Empire. I'm probably gonna be taking over the company after my daddy dies in like 600 years. Probably."
And the rest of you?
I make pies.
Business.
All right, I
Hit
bake
the button
pies.
and got rid of all of his memories except for his
Literally,
business
like,
and owl.
He just sees a briefcase and he's like, "Oh yeah, business."
I'm blue business.
yeah, you
Business,
have-
blue.
You have your briefcase too, by the way. Now it's the blueberry leather one. And the gaunt man says, "You're from the other side, huh?"
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm not going to prison. I don't I know it's within my legal limits to reject that because I'm at least part lawyer.
He like goes to shake this guy's hand.
Yeah, so you come over with like a sticky blueberry hand, and the man does grip it. He's surprised, but he gives you a firm handshake, and he says, you can call me Beth, if that's okay. I happen to own the land that this contraption, this world, I suppose, that you're from."
Can't believe I finally got
Fellow businessman.
Yes,
He
yes.
says,
This is Business Beth from alternate dimension main timeline.
You can call me Business Beth. And so you have a way out.
Huh?
We've been sending people in for years, but no one's ever come out before.
out of.
Well, nothing's coming out of Blue Man's stomach now.
of
He
your-
like
Out of your
Wh-
stomach.
he like pats his stomach again.
Button pressed.
That's not how the contraption works. It is a one-way ticket. We spent like 10 hours of content discussing how that was a one-way ticket. The man says, "Well, we're going to have to extract that. And we're going to have to run some tests on the three of you, if you don't mind."
I do mind, actually.
I'd like to go home, please.
I will. He like falls over. He's bleeding heavily from the head.
I have to. Where's my boyfriend, by the way? Candy Cane Jerry. He was gonna be the love of my life. I decided.
Well,
Sweetheart, I think he dissolved.
No.
Richard is like banging a hand on the floor, and he says, "I am going to kill them for what they did." And Beth says, No, you're no, we're going to be running a lot of tests on you too, buddy. Don't even think about trying to leave, because if you do, oh boy, I got some tax evasion experts who would love to talk to the man who hasn't been paying taxes in 12 years. And he turns back to the three of you and he says, now, those tests, I'm sure that won't be a problem, right?
How
No,
about
they
this?
will. I don't think I'm old enough to do tests anymore.
Lottie goes, okay, listen, hear me out. I really need to go shopping. Really bad. But I will leave you with a present since clearly I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to find love. She just snaps her hand off and gives it to him. She's like, so you want to test all you want. That's my good hand. Got bit off by a candy dog earlier. So like, it's probably going to dissolve in 6 hours anyway. And I don't know. I'll just get a prosthetic.
He's like looking at your candy hand. He is floored. He says, I
have a second one. She like waves her other candy hand.
That's detachable.
Oh, I mean, it won't grow back. And if you take this one off, like, then I won't have any hands. But that one just got bit off earlier. I already lost the pinky on that finger like 2 years ago. And I know it's not growing back. So I just figured, like, if you guys just let me go so I can go shopping, because I just got $10 million. Actually, yeah, wait, Richard Lorenzo, where's my $10 million?
He's like sobbing on the ground.
When you talk to the tax people, can you let them know that this man owes collectively the three of us $30 million?
Well, actually, Blueberry, who's bleeding out on the floor right now. Is it blueberry blood, by the way?
Oh yeah. No, it's not.
It's real blood.
It's real blood.
Oh god! That makes the whole first part of this fucking episode terrifying to a new level.
Oh, no.
The horrors just keep mounting.
Also, I would just like to say that, like, if he recovers from this, he's going to change his ways because of his head trauma.
It's like a big concussion, so like...
Did the blueberry lump that was growing on the top of your head, like, drain out onto this floor?
I think that's what was causing, like, the evil business side of him. So, like, it's draining out, so now he's a good guy.
He's refined taste
The
now.
evil was stored in the blueberry.
He's like, sustainable business.
Sustainable energy, hybrid cars.
Water power!
The two blue hazmat admins and Beth are like slowly approaching the three of you, and they say, yes, we can. Well, we can do all of that. We can talk to the tax collector, but we are going to take you in for some tests quick.
I'm too old for tests. I told you this. I'll die. Do you know how old I am?
If you're kidnapping us, give me my fucking hand back.
One of the blue hazmat admins is going to rush you, Granny Frag. Blueberry,
I take out a grenade again.
Okay, you take out a grenade. And immediately, whoa, everyone backs up again.
I told you I'm too old for this.
Granny,
You have your whole lives ahead of you. I'd like to leave now.
Granny, throw it at the wall. Fuck these guys. Give me back my hand, business Beth. I take my hand back, and I stick it back on my arm nub, and it starts working again. And I'm like, you fucker, you got it all slimy with your fucking business.
I take a pie out of my pocket, and I throw that at the wall.
One of the ones that we established.
The pies are explosive.
Yeah, one of the ones that we established. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I
throw
we all
an
die?
explosive pie at the wall.
1 second.
No. It's only the tin keeps us safe. It's like a forward directed blast on the pie side, so I throw it at the wall, and the pie hits the wall and explodes that way.
Yo,
She's
Granny's
smart. She's been doing
smart.
explosives for years. And there was a 5, so you know, it's good.
So full
It's a
disclosure.
good explosion.
I didn't know if Business Beth was going to survive this. I knew there was a chance he was going to get vored, murdered, eaten. Such is the nature of season 3, as we'll call it. But Business Beth fumbled. Trying to dodge.
Fumbled. Oh, I didn't throw it at him.
No, but there was a large explosion that he was trying to dodge.
Oh, he'll be
out of
fine.
the way of. No, that's the thing is he's actually not fine. He fumbled.
He's okay.
He dives into the explosion.
Business Beth, no.
Business.
I get one character. He lives for 5 minutes. He's lethargic. He's a man, and he's a businessman, and he dies by exploding. I'm quitting this podcast.
That's understandable. We had a good run. Season 3 was a good
What
run.
if Business Beth comes back and he's
Please?
a bionic man? He's a cyborg.
I would love to see what kind of weird evil business Beth does.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find out. But in the meanwhile, the Business Beth standing in front of you explodes. The other two
Business Beth is
hazmat.
having a bad business day.
He's having a really bad business day. The other two hazmat admins are knocked back by the blast and do fall unconscious. Blueberry, you were gripped by a wave of adrenaline. You feel briefly like $1 million. Maybe it was the business souls you were absorbing.
I just absorbed the soul of this Business Beth.
You absorbed it into your business.
I inherited the stocks in his portfolio.
His head reflates. It's now full of business.
Yep, I'm evil again. That's it.
Full of blood.
And no, it's full of better business now.
I was gonna say he's not full of blood. He's full of better business.
Better business.
Now,
Better business, man.
Richard Lorenzo was also knocked unconscious in this moment. So the three of
I
you
hope they
stand
keep him.
in
Yeah,
this
fuck that guy.
in this smoky pie smoke filled chamber.
Actually, before I exit into the sunset with my newfound freedom and compatriots, the hazmat guys, can I just like remove like one of the guys like legs, or like just like rip not his leg off, rip his pant leg off. I'm trying to get access to the fabric. I want to rip like both of his pant legs off.
You rip his pant legs off and you stare at his tighty whities.
I'm like, ah, gross. And then I move over to unconscious Richard Lorenzo and I hog tie him with the pants. And I'm like, and I poke him in his unconscious face, and I'm like, that's what you get for promising me $10 million and then forgetting about it, having an existential crisis? I don't care. That was money that I was gonna spend. And then she kisses the top of his head and walks out.
Okay.
Kisses the top of his head. A little bit of cheesecake comes off.
It does, yeah.
Right in his hair.
Before like we all leave, can with my adrenaline rush, can I check in the suitcase that my belief case
Mhm.
that I somehow acquired? Is there
Yeah.
money in there?
$10 million.
Oh, here, you guys have like 3 million. I don't like need all this.
Oh,
You're
she
so
put
sweet.
Lotta puts it in her bra and just like disappears into there, and she goes,
3 million in the bra.
Just like
Casual 3 million.
gigantic.
Absolutely ridiculous.
she's
Just
like,
like,
no,
No
doesn't
one will
everyone
ever
have
question
like
this.
Doesn't everyone have like interdimensional bank bras? Like this is the withdrawal boob and this is the deposit boob.
She's just like, Phew.
He
It's going into
Blueberry
it's
like
a-
looks
like
in
a
his
Granny
shirt. He's
Frag's-
like,
Just
it's a lady
clothes.
trait.
It is-
Granny Frag's pockets work the same way.
oh,
Once you hit like a certain age and you don't want to like wear bras anymore, they transfer you to the to like the senior center where they have like the international bank of pants. And you can just like deposit one pocket, withdraw in the other.
So yeah, you all like head out. You call an elevator. You start riding it back up to peep the new horrors of your new existence. So that's that was supposed to take you guys like 80 something hours to do. You
Which
Is
is
it-
why business
is
best so easy to
absolutely
kill.
was
You
it
killed
because I ate the button?
You,
Is that
yeah,
what?
I mean that helped. You guys bypassed the Surfer Bro arc, the musical theater arc. I don't even know how you skipped
sacrifices have
that
to be
one.
made.
You guys just cruised through everything, and this was actually everything I had planned for season 3.
Max, unfortunately, you did hire 3 speedrunners.
I
to
did.
Yeah.
go season 3, so.
That was the issue. I did hire 3 speedrunners.
And you know, I said that season 3 was going to be my last, so like I'm gonna bounce. I'll see you guys later.
Well, I was gonna say since we finished this like 6 months early, do you guys want to finish 2.5?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we should.
I guess we can do that.
We should probably go back and finish 2.5.
Well, cool. Especially now that Richard Lorenzo exists, 2 years in the future, we should probably like figure out what happened to Reality and Atticus and everyone.
Yeah, that
And then
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Well, Mark, of course, we are going to replace you with the AI voice again.
Yeah. No, I do have to go back to touring.
Yeah.
So
Super.
this was fun though. Like this was really fun. I'll do it again in a few months.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
When we do season 4, I'll reach out.
Yeah.
And if you're around, yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds good. Well, I hope you enjoyed This Isn't Normal season 3. This Isn't Cheesecake. I spent 3 years planning this adventure, and you did it in an afternoon. So
Yeah.
thank you to Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Woolbrand, Emilyn Laderna, and Smarties for their continued support of the show. Support us and become a legendary patron at patreon.com/tincast. We hope you enjoyed this year's April Fool's Spectacular. If you did, consider leaving a comment, review, rating, share this with a friend. It's so easy, just share it. Share the shenanigans. Thank you to Beth, who did the art and music for this week's episode, and we will be back on Monday, April 10th with more of the Dissolution of Order. Have a great week and drink lots of water. Bye-bye.